This is the test you've been waiting for. The 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness versus the 2021 Toyota 4Runner TRD Off-Road. Can the Subaru keep up with a trail legend?
Oh, well, that's interesting.
We find out right now on Driving Sports TV. With the 2022 Outback Wilderness, Subaru is aiming to win over buyers that want something more capable but don't want to sacrifice comfort and economy. The Outback Wilderness comes standard with 9.5 inches of ground clearance, Yokohama Geolandar all-terrain trail tires, and a potent 2.5-liter turbocharged boxer engine, good for 260 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. It also features symmetrical all-wheel drive that has been enhanced with an updated dual-function X mode. Front and rear bumpers have been redesigned for improved approach and departure angles, and the CVT has been reinforced for better climbing abilities. EPA rates economy at 24 mpgs combined. The Outback Wilderness starts at $38,120 including destination. Our tester did come with extra underbody protection, which is available as an option at the time of purchase. The Toyota 4Runner we have here is owned by the show. It's a 2021 TRD Off-Road Premium. Like all 4Runners from the past decade, it's powered by a V6 that generates 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque, and it sends power through a part-time dual-range four-wheel drive setup. This trim has multi-terrain select, crawl control, and A-Track systems. The suspension is the standard setup. EPA rates the 4Runner at only 17 mpgs combined. If economy is a concern, you can stop watching this right now and just buy the Subaru. However, if capability is what you want, keep watching. Earlier this year, we paid a full MSRP of $44,105 from the dealer. The standard all-season tires the 4Runner comes with are atrocious on dirt. So for this test, we upgraded to a set of Falken Wild Peak AT3Ws in the stock tire size. They are mounted on TRD Pro alloy wheels. This test is not sponsored. We paid full price for the tires and wheels from a local dealer. For the sake of this test, both vehicles are running similar tire pressures at 33 psi. Now with the competitors introduced, let's move on to the challenges. For each section of the course, we'll first drive the 4Runner, followed by the Outback Wilderness. Keeping it to a single driver will help keep the test as consistent and fair as possible. This first test involves a short, steep climb with a deep rut on the left side. This is what the course looked like a few months ago when we ran the big Lexus LX up it. You can see that with the stock all-season tires, the Lexus really struggles for grip. But thanks to its Land Cruiser underpinnings, it was able to rise to the occasion. We've also driven the 4Runner up the same course. It too was on all-season tires at the time. Today, with proper all-terrains, I think it'll be a walk in the park for the Toyota, and it'll also give us a good idea about the Geolandar trail tires that are standard on this new Subaru.
Okay, so here is our first real challenge of the day.
I've done this before, but there's been a lot of erosion since I was here last. But I am going to do what I normally do in the show, where I'll escalate. I'll start with the basic features and add more advanced capability as we need it. Well, how's my nose look? Am I going to be scraping?
I think you're okay. It might be a little questionable as you start approaching. Got slipping. You're good. You're all
I'm
good.
lifting? Okay. So at this point, I'm just slowly doing it. Now the all-terrains are doing heavy lifting here. I'm just in 4 low. Actually, I'm in 4 high. I haven't even switched to 4 low yet.
So far, so good. I don't really see a lot of problems.
And I'm just crawling on up. Now at this point, I'm going to lose traction in the back, and I'm really questioning whether or not I'm going to, how am I doing on breakover? Am I scraping it?
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. Yay for short wheelbases. I mean, relative. I'm just going to claw my way up. Dude, that was so easy.
It looked like he had absolutely no problem getting up that slope. There were a couple times he had a little bit of slippage where he slowed down just to make sure I could check and see how much he had underneath the car. But I mean, that was like a piece of cake, no problem at all. So we'll see how the Subaru does. And there he goes off to do the next car. All right, so here comes Ryan now. with the Subaru Wilderness, but I'm really kind of curious how the tires will do on this.
Like in the 4Runner Pass, I am not going to engage any special features unless I need them. Now, in terms of underbody protection, the 4Runner has basic underbody protection, but I don't have any third-party stuff. This one has the basic protection plus the Subaru optional extra protection on the front and on the rear diff.
He's slowly approaching, and that ground clearance, there's a lot less. Massive slipping here. He's got to power through. Oh, even wheel left on this side.
How's it doing? I'm trying to slow on the brake to make sure I don't grind. Oh, this is the tough part. I'm just going to keep the throttle in, and we made it. It took more effort, but it still did fine at the end of the day. Actually, it's really impressive. Oh, we got there yet? We got there yet?
Struggling up this hill. Oh, better watch out.
So that last climb I did with no special features. I want to try it again, and this time I'm going to enable X mode. I'm just going to do snow and dirt, which is the basic stage 1. That's what all Outbacks have. So let's see how this does this time.
Okay, so here Ryan goes in the Subaru once again, but this time he's going to put it into X mode. It's the off. Ooh, he's scraping up. So he's gonna back up.
My approach wasn't as good. Okay, let's go left.
Because that time that clearance wasn't so great. We had some scraping. Still, oh, he's made it up, yep. Got some slipping on the right side.
As I go up and that power gets shifted around the system and the climb, oh, this is the hard part right here. Tire's gonna chunk in. Is the wheel braking working?
Still able to power through. Let's see how he does on the last hill. Oh, I would say that was better than last time. And that right there is why you want a skid plate.
As expected with X mode engaged, you can see brakes being applied to the spinning wheels. This keeps power directed to the wheels with grip. Right here, that driver's side wheel is doing all the heavy lifting.
The Subaru has easy trail tires. The 4Runner has all-terrains. So the all-terrains clearly did a much better job of really grappling up that. And I think in this case, both vehicles did really well. Just imagine what that Subaru would have done with equal tires.
Yeah.
The next test will, I think, break the Subaru. Okay. Not physically, just on the inside. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, we'll see what happens.
This next challenge is steeper, longer, and it has an added large boulder right in the middle. In a previous episode, I did drive this 4Runner up with the stock tires using just Toyota's A-Track system, which is similar to X mode. Even on the crummy all seasons, the 4Runner did manage to climb right up. All four-wheel drive 4Runners do have A-Track standard, so if you want to compare this Outback Wilderness against an entry-level, less expensive 4Runner, this is the result you would compare against. However, this TRD Off-Road does one better, with a variable mode addition called Multi-Terrain Select. It's like the Outback Wilderness's dual mode X mode, but with a lot more settings to fine-tune for specific situations.
Now we're back in the 4Runner, and let's see if we can tackle this challenge.
He's already giving up on the challenge. He's just driving away.
Man, you know, turn radius in a 4Runner, not great. Body on frame with proper four-wheel drive and a lock transfer case. Yeah, not very good. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to set the vehicle up in a more advanced manner for this. I'm going to put on neutral, put it into 4 low because I want to really slow crawl up this. I'm gonna go put it into drive. I'll leave my window open. Hey!
Hey, good luck.
How do you think this will do?
I have a lot of faith in it. I think it's gonna do really well.
Now that I have all terrains on here, and these are pretty mild all-terrain, but they are at least a proper all-terrain.
Oh, we got a lot of wheel spin in the back.
I am completely removing traction off that front wheel. That front wheel is probably suspended in the air. Okay, so things are just spinning. There's a fix to this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the multi-terrain select system. Let's turn that on. Rock, mogul, loose rock, mud, sand, dirt. Let's just do rock, which is the most aggressive. And we should see those wheels locking as they're slipping.
You can hear that kind of click, chunk, chunk, chunk sound. Looks like he's so good so far. Definitely helped that he engaged that MTS there. That really helped him get up the hill with really no problem at all.
At first I had 4 low on, which has no traction control or anything. It was just wheel spin. Then I just turned on the MTS system, put it on rock.
Yep, no problem.
So do you think I can get up this in the Subaru at all?
Oh, I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say yes, I can. It won't be easy though. Yes, I got this. So on the last test, the Subaru did pretty good. These trail tires were able to get us up a steep incline that was mostly dirt. Now we have dirt and rock, steep incline, deeper ditches. This is going to be hard. Wow, turning this thing is so much easier than the 4Runner. It just is. Okay, now we're going to approach, and I'm going to start in regular X mode. Now let's go ahead and go to deep snow and mud. That is new on this model. What it will do is it'll allow for more wheel spin, and I think I would like more momentum getting up this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Also, as the wheels spin faster and faster, it will not shut off this time. Every time it goes under 25, it'll automatically re-engage.
Okay, so Ryan has engaged the X Mode 2, which is for deep snow and deep mud, and we'll see how it does, if it helps him out at all.
And now for the new model here, they've increased the clamping capability of the CVT.
Ooh, hill climb, oh boy. You got a bunch of tire lift in the back.
They claim better clamping power so you can do a 40% grade, which is pretty extreme.
I'm gonna stay where it's safe. Oh, and some scraping in the front, massive lift. Oh, this is fun to watch. But you know what? He's actually done it, which means I was wrong. Here you go, here's your prize.
Thank you.
The bubbly water.
Okay, so hold that thought.
Refreshing?
Tastes like victory. The 4Runner has one feature I wish this vehicle had, and that's crawl control. So what I'm going to have you do is jump into the Outback first. I have a little course over there that I want you to do, and then I'm going to have you jump into the 4Runner and do it with crawl control. And you can tell me which way, if crawl control really should be in this vehicle or not.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds
cool.
good. All right, so we've engaged in snow dirt mode for X mode. Park and brake off. We'll see how this puppy does. All right. Nice and steady.
Carlina will be driving on a fresh trail up the side of the hill. This puts all of the weight on the driver's side wheels, which are on soft dirt.
So this is a pretty easy trail. It's not too unusual to find a trail like this to get to your favorite trailhead in the Pacific Northwest. We just threw Carlina behind the seat to see how well she did. She doesn't have a lot of experience on roads like this, so it'll be interesting to see how well the Subaru does. Subaru also hates it when they get a scratch on their vehicle, so.
It's generally a pretty easy course, but with a couple gotchas thrown in.
How you doing so far?
So far so good. I mean, definitely some scraping, but.
Think about how smooth the transmission is as you go forward.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got our log up on this side.
Throttle in smooth. You're on a tree.
Oh, fun!
And trees have no traction, so
All
back
right.
up a foot, and you're gonna have to give a little bit of momentum. That's good, that's good. That's all you need.
Okay.
Wheels this way a little. Okay, now give me some throttle, just a little, just enough momentum to get over. Okay, you have to go back a little more.
Yep.
Okay, right there. Now what you wanna do is maintain a little bit of momentum as the back gets up over the rock, over the tree stump, okay? Just keep the throttle in, keep that momentum, You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good.
On that side?
Yeah, keep going. This is the only side I'm worried about.
Yep.
Okay, I think we're having issues here.
Yep.
Okay, back up. Back up. I mean, this is hard right here. We have a tree stump with roots which are super slippery, and it's very soft on the outside, which means that you just don't have a lot of grip. But you don't want to go too fast or you'll rip the nose off. So go that way. Just get straightened out. I think we're just going to come back with the 4Runner. Basically just going to have her point the vehicle, and we're going to let it do the driving by using the crawl control feature. That'll manage throttle and individual wheel braking as necessary to help climb over difficult obstacles. Of course, the fact that it has all-terrain tires will also be helpful.
It's going up and up and up. Very nice. Easy peasy. Here comes the real true test.
How's that turning radius?
Oh, it's a little more like, I had to back up a little bit.
Truck.
Yep, I was like, oh, I got a big blind spot. Let me just back up and make sure I don't hit any.
Think you'll do okay here?
I think this is gonna do better than the Subaru did.
Get it into crawl control before you're stuck.
Yeah.
Because you want to let it manage its way through.
Sure.
So I'll leave as soon as I can put this tree back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
The tinkling is just shrubs underneath.
I know, I'm all like, oh, the paint. All right, cool, so we got it into.
Okay, now stop here.
Oh.
And this is where I want you to put it in crawl control. Let me see if this shrub is gonna, yeah, you're not gonna scratch.
Okay, cool.
I'll get to the other side and watch it.
Perfect. Okay, so we got crawl control is engaged. We have it at, let's dial it down to 2, see how it does.
And we'll just let it do its thing.
So far, so good. Go. Up and over. Perfect.
Crawl control is standard on the more advanced off-road 4Runner models. It's like a cruise control for off-roading, applying both throttle and brake vectoring as necessary to climb over even very challenging obstacles. When engaged, Carlina doesn't need to have her foot on the brake or the throttle. That is all handled automatically by the 4Runner. Of course, the driver can override either of those at any time.
Woo, there we go.
It got over it.
Yeah. Okay.
And there we go. Just go straight up.
All right.
Easy, right? Actually, there is one more thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna give this a try too, just to see if the Subaru could have gotten through it. Or do you need fancy crawl control to do something like that? It is a very complicated situation where you have a tree stump in the way, and tree stumps are particularly challenging because they're just very slippery. When there's no bark on them, just exposed wood, and especially when it's wet, that's really, really hard. Okay, so I'm gonna try to not scratch the vehicle. I'm also gonna try to get through this with minimal fuss. Carlina had it in snow dirt mode. I'm gonna try it in that mode first. All that scraping sound is just shrubbery on the underbody, no big deal. Carlina, can you hold this tree back, please? Carlina, can you hold this tree back for me, please? Thank you. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use, oh, that was a rock.
Yep.
4Runner didn't hit the rock. Can you move that rock out?
Yes,
I'll park for a moment so I don't hit you if I go back.
Yep. All right.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay, so I'm going to go back a little bit.
Yep. Oh, watch the tree on the side.
Okay, and ramming speed. No, I'm just kidding. But we are going to go a little quicker than what Carlina did.
Oh, of course, no problem, because he's going a little, oh.
Almost. I'm just keeping the throttle in. Boom. There we go. in the car, you did the right thing because you don't want to really slam the throttle when your name isn't on the loan agreement. My name is.
Yeah,
I could have
I'd
accepted
rather
that.
have you trash it than me.
Exactly. So I was feeling like that was a better, it's a better choice to have me do it.
Yeah,
But
agree.
obviously the vehicle can do it.
Yes.
However, if you don't have a lot of experience, crawl control. It'll get you through it every time.
It's great.
Right. And with that, thank you for watching. We'll see you again right here next week. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and tell us what you think. Would you take the Subaru with its better economy and easier driving characteristics, or would you take the 4Runner? What would you take?
I think I'd still take that Subaru.
Subaru?
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, let's drive home.
Bye.
Oh, camera up. I hate it when there's a camera up there. Don't turn wipers on when you have a camera mounted on the windshield.